Hi Leo, welcome to your mid-September 2022 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. That's the second time I've seen lions in cards that aren't the strength cards, so that's kind of interesting. This is a different deck, so that's probably why. And of course, the strength card is your card, Leo, so that's why I'm referencing it. The heart of the matter is the Five of Pentacles. This is a card of financial a hardship in some cases, but it's really important to note that sometimes this is not the case. Sometimes the person does have money, but they become full of lack consciousness. It was funny. I was reading some comment under a video, not one of my videos, but for a healer that was on YouTube, and they were inquiring about some kind of service that person had, and they said, right now, we're in Europe or something, and we're what's that expression? Or oh gosh, I wish I could think of it. It has to do with purse strings, watching our purse strings, or you know what I mean. I wish it would be much better impact, but it's like that idea of being very frugal with money at that time, and they made a point of it. And I just got a feeling from that statement that they were being influenced by outer events, the news talking about certain things that were happening, and so that could be the Five of Pentacles too, but it's fear-based. In other words, it's not really what's real for you. And usually Leo is very generous, so if that lack consciousness is happening for you, there's probably something else that it's really all about than whatever it is that's being mentioned. And also, this can just be in any area of life, even your love life, where you feel like there's a sense of lack. So you're going to stay in your marriage because that's the best that you think you can do. Because maybe if you don't have the best self-esteem, or you feel like you're past a certain age or whatever, and yet you're very unhappy in that situation. So it's so important to question beliefs, because people can think, I don't have these resources, when in fact they do. They just are afraid because of other things that are going on. In the past position, Prince of Torches, which is the Knight of Wands. So I'm translating this because this deck uses different lingo sometimes. So the Knight of Wands is a card of, to me, the warrior energy. And I think that it's like it really does go along with what fire. It is fire. There might be double fire. I'm not sure if the Knight is connected to fire. But I think it's like double fire energy. And Leo, being a fire sign, something may have lit your fire. And so you are starting to get that fire back, if you've kind of felt a little bit taken off your game. Fire represents the self, being assertive, being able to stand in your own power, freedom. And so what I could see with this situation The Five of Pentacles could be losing your job. Now, this is the central card is something that has already occurred that you're dealing with. It's not like a future card. So if you've had any kind of thing, or maybe you've had your hours cut or something like that, understand if you're like wondering, why is this happening to me? It could be because a part of you that you're not conscious of wants more. And therefore, you want to have more control over your life. Leo is a natural leader. So even if you're working for somebody else, if people do not recognize your leadership abilities, you may not be in a place that's aligned for your particular makeup. And this is not an ego thing about somebody should recognize that I am, you know, I should be the manager instead of the lowly, stock boy or whatever. This is about Leo's having that ability on multiple levels to not only, I've seen Leo can have great organizational skills. And I think sometimes that has to do with Virgo energy that you might have as well in conjunction with that. But the bottom line is that Leo is a sign that tends to be quite confident and also very encouraging of others. And those are great qualities for, those are qualities of a great leader. And so if you feel like you're being kept down even, then that is something that you are starting to realize, and your power is coming roaring back. The higher message is the Three of Cups. This is a card of celebration, but I'm reading this as symbolically about what is going on with you at the higher level. So this is about fun and lighthearted energy. If you haven't felt that play has been a part of your life, Leo is creative, a big kid at heart, and if you feel that heaviness, that energy that is drudgery, then that can also be an indication that you're not in the right place. And so if somebody actually has lost their job and they're looking at it as a calamity, it might be, in fact, a blessing in disguise. And it's very hard sometimes, especially since you're a fixed sign, to realize that, because it can feel like something bad has happened when actually it's something good. What crosses you is the Hangman, and this is I'm just looking at this illustration because some of these cards I've used this deck several times, but I don't remember this card in particular. It's kind of funny that the legs are part of the tree like that, but I love these very whimsical illustrations here. And it's interesting because you can see the water below. This card is connected to Neptune, Pisces, and it's that idea of sacrifice. So this one, I said the Hangman, they call it the Hanged One. Well, maybe to make it non-gender specific, I guess. But it's very interesting because the idea of sacrifice, a lot of people say that they're doing it for somebody else, but actually they could be doing it for themselves, even if it's, the idea of being selfless. Could it actually be a form of selfishness? Being in a relationship with somebody where it's one-sided and you're the martyr. If you're a Leo and you have the moon in Pisces rising, that might be something that you have identified with for a long time, and that's just part of what you think life is about, but obviously it's not. The thing is that reading it in this way could be like a sacrifice that is not helpful for you or for somebody else. And maybe something has happened that is going to give you the ability to align with something that is much more resonant with who you are. And then you won't have to feel that everything that you do, every kind gesture is a sacrifice, because you will be doing something that that doesn't drain you, that actually supports you. You know, like if you have a relationship with somebody and you happen to have more money and you take somebody out to dinner all the time, and yet they have an ability to lift you up, or they just offer you something that may not be a monetary exchange, but it's still is an energy exchange. That's all that matters. But we're talking about one-sided relationships where you're giving, and you're being drained, and how does that feel, and how does that impact your life as a whole? What's coming in? The Chariot. And in this particular deck, they're showing lions that are being the mode of transportation. And I actually like that because of what lions represent. And I like that I got this for you in this deck. This card actually connects with Cancer. So it's all about, it is a card of victory. It's a card of, I see in this deck they actually have a star in the sky. So it could be that guiding light, but it can be that, wish fulfilled. That this card is a card of success, in other words, but it's coming from a place where you may have had to really buckle down and deal with something very intensely. You have to focus on it in order to solve your issues. And it might even be on the emotional level. Rather than being scattered and being all over the place, you've had to really deal with something, but you've come out the other end. So an example would be getting fired or getting laid off and being able to withstand that, fear or that feeling of being let down, and being able to do so. The outcome is the Four of Cups. Watch how you feel. Just like I was saying before, who drains you? Who not empowers, but who uplifts you? I'm going to pick an additional card, but this can be the card of dissatisfaction. Meaning that whatever it is, and sometimes, like if you have a job and it's really fulfilling, but only for a certain amount of time, and then you just it doesn't feel right anymore. Let's cut the cards and get another card. Two of Pentacles. And they are kind of showing like the juggler. Two of Pentacles is about maybe having two jobs. Maybe trying something else out. Maybe starting your own business while you continue with a job that you're not really that keen on anymore. But the point is that maybe you have to make a decision. You're at the crossroads of what you want to do as service to others. It's interesting that the Chariot card has the two lions there, and they are duality, black and white. And these are sometimes people think that they think in those binary terms instead of realizing that they have so much potential in terms of their talents, but also in terms of what is possible for them. So if you don't really know what you want to do, the Four of Cups can tell you what you don't want to do, and that can be that feeling of dissatisfaction in your life. And that will eventually lead you to finding your dharma, aligning with your path. Okay, that's what I have for you, Leo. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care.